In this problem, we are working with the introduction to properties of multiplication. It is asking us to fill in the blanks. Then choose the property of multiplication you used. So problem A is blank times 1 equals 5. We know when multiplying a number by 1, the product is that number. So the missing number is 5 because 1 times a number is that number. This shows the identity property of multiplication. So 5 times 1 equals 5, which is the identity property. Next, we'll look at question B, which is 8 times blank equals 0. When you multiply any number by 0, the product is 0. So the missing number is 0 because we have 8 times a number and it gives us 0. So we know the missing number has to be 0. This shows the 0 property of multiplication. 8 times 0 equals 0, the 0 property. Now we're looking at problem C. 3 times 4 times 6 equals 3 times 4 times blank. When multiplying, the way we group the numbers does not change the product. So the missing number is 6. Because we see on the left side we have 3 times 4 times 6. On the right side we have 3 times 4. So we need to have 6 on this side, which is the missing number, because it doesn't matter what order they're in multiplication. This shows the associative property of multiplication. So 3 times 4 times 6 is equal to 3 times 4 times 6, the associative property. Finally, let's look at D. We have 4 times 7 equals blank times 4. Remember, the order in which we multiply two numbers does not change the product. So the missing number is 7, because on the left side we have 4 times 7, on the right side we have blank times 4. So we're missing 7 on the right side. This shows the commutative property of multiplication. 4 times 7 is equal to 7 times 4, the commutative property. So here is the answer. We have 5 times 1 equals 5, which is the identity property. Then we have 8 times 0 equals 0, which is the 0 property. Then we have 3 times 4 times 6 is equal to 3 times 4 times 6, which is the associative property. And last we have 4 times 7 is equal to 7 times 4, which is the commutative property.